Hey, you genius! And I really mean that, and if you've been watching these videos, you know that I mean that. Dr. Joel Glenn Wixon here. With this week's video, I'm exposing cultural mythologies that have effects on our lives and convince us that we have to do things, or that we're supposed to do things, or that there's some truth out there about the world that actually is not true, and or not reasonably true. And truth is an interesting one. I might talk about that at some point. But today, the cultural myth that I'm interested in exposing is this basic idea that you have to do things in your life that you hate in order to ultimately do stuff that you want to do. And I'll tell you about how I learned about this myth. Many of you watching this video are probably younger than me, but I grew up with the trajectory in the context of work and life, where you spend a lot of time doing a job that you don't like so that you can ultimately retire and move someplace to do the things that you want to do. And retirement being somewhere around 60, 70 years old. So 50-year work trajectory is kind of what was expected. And again, you know, not something that you enjoyed, not something that you were passionate about, not something that you really wanted to do, but something that you were okay about, maybe didn't like, and really in some instances hated. You hated your job, but it was something that you were going to do. And part of that work trajectory in a lot of instances really includes a lot of stuff that happens in people's experience of public school, where we're taught to do things that nobody can describe as to why they matter in the context of larger life, but that we're supposed to do. And the supposed to is really part of, and a powerful part of, the mythology. A lot of times these supposed to's enter our lives, notions about things that we're supposed to do without any kind of in order to achieve what connected to them. And you folks, if you've been watching the videos, are aware of how much I appreciate and am interested in that question, the in order to achieve what question, as it creates a way for us to define why we're doing what we're doing. And ultimately, you know, actually I was on the phone the other day with a woman who said, you know, I just don't know what to do. And I talked to her about this question, and ultimately we kind of talked about this question, you know, what to do in order to achieve what. And so when you think about the things that you're doing, especially those things that you're supposed to do, to ask yourself the question, in order to achieve what? Why am I doing this? And if the answer is something like success, then you want to challenge that, because nobody's really defined success. And this gets to the real basis of the unmasking of this mythology. My hope for you is that you define success by your terms, in the context of what you're moving towards, whether it's contentment or happiness. Again, happiness is a difficult one because it comes and goes. But whatever you want to use as a kind of a benchmark for your road forward, I want it to be defined by you, because as you know, this whole 7 billion geniuses idea is based on the notion that you are extraordinarily important, and you are extraordinarily important in the context of the whole fabric of the universe by being fully who you are. And that ultimately the goal that I have for my life is to be fully who I am as often as I possibly can be, because I believe that has an effect on the world that's really, really important. It's what we're all supposed to be doing. So and the idea that you would be doing on a regular basis, spending most of your time doing something that you hate, is completely inconsistent with that idea. Doesn't match up with it in any way. And so there you have it. That mythology debunked from my perspective. Take up this idea and consider it yourself. If you believe that spending most of your time doing things you don't want to do is how you want to spend your time, then do that. But don't just do it because you think that's what you have to do and that's the only option that you have. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you watching these videos. Please subscribe if you can. It's easy to do. There's a button right down at the bottom of this video to subscribe. Send me comments, ask me questions. All my contact information is at the end of the video. And I guess that's it for this week. Please stay in touch. I'll talk to you soon.